New Ruby tier is now live. So what does that mean? We have over 100 new player cards, new plays, new equipments to grind for in NFL 2K Playmakers. And for those of you that are Sapphire tier, that now also means Emerald does not reset the draft board. So that is certainly really nice to see. We're going to take a look at everything in this new Ruby tier, as well as, you know, the new season. And our very first reset is a Ruby. Look at that. We get Jeffrey Simmons. When you first load up for the very first time, it is going to tell you you're still in Sapphire, even if you have enough points to make it to that Ruby tier. There are a couple remedies to get through this. The easiest one to do is to go into your roster, click this auto update option. If that doesn't work, then once you auto update, then you're going to need to find one of these players that you can increase your equipments on. So once it has all of your highest cards in your deck, just find any single player that you can and take an equipment and put that equipment into your player. That will increase your deck and put you into Ruby. Now you can also just go to the draft board and grind until you find a card that increases your deck. That is what I actually did. I went about it the long way. I grinded a quick read for a little bit. I found a card that increased my deck by 40. And once that happened, then it pushed me into Ruby tier. So you could do either method, should work fine. So now let's take a look at these brand new Ruby tier cards, including 4 draft day cards. And we have my man, Marvin Harrison Jr. as the highest rated card in the game, Lightning playstyle. We do have 3 other Ruby tiers. One good thing about this, well, one bad thing about this is that Matt Prater is the only other base tier Cardinals player in the entire tier. Unfortunate only for me, probably, because most people probably don't care. But there are a lot of new players that have never received a card in this tier. So that's nice. And looking at all of these cards, they look really good. I mean, obviously, the same design as previous tiers. The only difference is the color, but I like how they are including new players. They do have other players with different teams, which is probably why they don't have the images of those. They just put the basic silhouette on there. Hopefully we get those, and hopefully they do get updated. I'm thinking that they will eventually, but they have over 100 new player cards along with plays, like I said, and also equipments. So a lot of stuff to grind for. And when we get our very first Ruby event card, I am not sure, because I think next event is still going to be a Sapphire, being that there is a new Sapphire event card in the game, in the catalog, which we haven't done yet. At least I don't remember it anyway. But we'll just have to see. But a lot of good Ruby players out there. We also have a new Sapphire Season, which I certainly recommend playing first. And for most people, including me, you're going to have to go through the Emerald Season again. Even though we've completed this 10 or 15 times in Emerald, it still is locked unless you complete Emerald. And once you complete Emerald, then it should unlock. Now, in Sapphire, you should be able to pull a Ruby just like you did in all other tiers, but it's only for the very first time. And then at the end of Sapphire, I guess we'll have to see, I don't know yet, but like Gold and Emerald, maybe they have draft cards. So 3 Sapphire draft cards could possibly be at the end of Sapphire tier. That's what I would kind of honestly expect. That's what it's like in Gold. That's what it's like in Emerald. So it should be like that in Sapphire. So once you jump on and get your deck straight, I would certainly do Emerald Seasons first. Start grinding out that Sapphire tier before you jump into Red Zone Drive. Daily challenges also updated with the new Ruby tier, and with the basic packs, we are now getting Sapphires, and for completing the entire week, we now get, or the entire day for the daily challenges, we now get a Ruby. And for completing the entire week now, we get one of these 2 drops right here. Get any one of the following. So these do look random. The print's too small to actually see the name. I'm not sure exactly who it is, but it does say get one of the 3 and then one of those and then one of the emeralds. So it's nice that the daily challenge is updated. I actually missed my daily streak yesterday, unfortunately, at 5. So I have to start all over now. But it's cool it updated at least. Now with the new tier comes new packs and new ways to scam you guys out of money. And I don't want you to be foolish enough to do this. It is a brand new tier and we have a brand new game mode. I mean, it's not a brand new game mode, but a brand new cards in this game mode that cost 17,200 tokens to complete. I want to remind everybody that is $100 on the day of launching Ruby tier, mind you, just to show you what you get. A bunch of golds, a bunch of emeralds, and then sapphire cards for the very last step. Very puzzling to me that they would throw this sort of progression pack in the game that costs $100 when Ruby tier just launched, when all of the Ruby cards are pretty much better than anything you can get in this pack. They're still going to put this out there. But either way, if you want to spend the $100, if you're brand new to the game, if you just started today and you want to juice your way up super fast, you certainly can do that, but I certainly wouldn't. I would just recommend going down in the description of the video and hitting that little support button and help the channel instead of wasting your money on this. Now the store also updated with new packs. So we have Sapphire Training right here, which you can get Sapphire plays and equipments or Sapphire player cards. This certainly helps lower tiered players quite a bit, but I don't think they unlock unless you are Ruby tier. So I could be mistaken about that because I don't really know, but I think that these only unlock if you are Ruby tier. They should unlock for everybody though. I don't really know 100% because I am Ruby tier, so I don't, I'm unsure. But if they are available for everybody, this certainly would help. And if you're missing some Sapphire players, have some extra helmets, then you could just spend them in this. Second reset in Ruby tier, we got ourselves a Lamar Jackson. That's actually a pretty decent one. Not super, super high, but still pretty decent. I love it. Very first Ruby equipment, which looks like it is going to be 181 total points. So new equipments, 181 points. Since we grinded out Emerald Seasons during the live stream, and if you haven't checked out a live stream yet, certainly look in the description. We'll be streaming again very soon. But let's look at the rewards for Sapphire Season. Since I have not seen them yet, I do believe that you're going to be able to get not only Sapphire cards in here, but you're going to get a Ruby somewhere in here. And so you go 4-0, you go 8-0, you go undefeated for 12 games, you go undefeated for 17 games, all going to be Sapphires. Bye week also guaranteed to be a Sapphire. So all that's good. Looking at the very end though, wild card, you're going to get again a Sapphire, possibly Emerald. Oh no, it says one of each. So you get a Sapphire and an Emerald in that one, Sapphire and Emerald in this one. And then finally, you should get a Ruby. Now, if this works just like it did in previous seasons, all of these rewards are going to change once you complete this one time. So once you complete it one time, it's no longer going to be a Ruby tier at the end. It could be, because I don't know how they did this time. But hopefully that the next time you do it, after you complete it the first time and it gives you a Ruby the first time, hopefully the next time it's going to give you the 3 Sapphire tier NFL draft cards, because gold seasons and emerald seasons give you 3 NFL draft cards. So I would think that Sapphire would as well. But we'll just have to see. So very first day of Ruby tier, at least during the stream, we have been able to pull 7 total rubies. We've pulled 2 plays and we've pulled 2 equipments. not really too bad for 3 hours during the stream. Now, as far as once you get done with seasons, if you don't want to play seasons anymore and you want to jump back into Red Zone Drive to grind the division in order to get the best cards, I think that it's possible that the West and East are the ways to go. This does seem a little bit more balanced, though, to me, when you talk about which is the best divisions. When you talk about West, there's not that many, it's not as heavily favored in one side, at least in my opinion. West, we got, Bosa right here. We got Prater. We got, who's that? Dickerson? Is that what that says? I can't even tell. And he's a punter, so who really cares? And then we have, is that it for West? The Cardinals, and then another San Francisco. So it's like pretty balanced. And then you talk about the East, you got the Jets right here. You got Dallas over here. Here's another West one right here. Here's another West one. The North, maybe the East isn't that great. The South does have 2 Jacksonvilles pretty close, in Carolina. And then we got the North, which has Minnesota, Detroit. So it does kind of seem a little bit more balanced in the division you actually pick. But either way, though, that is going to do it. That is Ruby tier right there. There's a lot to do, a lot to grind for. Like I said before, if you want to join a stream, be sure you go in the description, go find Twitch, or just be sure you sub and turn those notifications on. I will see y'all next time, guys. Hopefully you're enjoying Ruby tier. Take it easy. Peace.